Hi everybody, I'm Joey. Well, for people who are new to my channel, this series of videos is going to be fairly different from the norm in that I'll be kind of walking through a little bit the building of my new house. So I'm going to be filming when I can, all the different processes as much as I can kind of fit in, even though the house is only being built about 10 minutes from my workshop. It's 20-minute round trip plus time on site, and most of the time is going to be time that I can't afford to be running backwards and forwards, but for some of the cool things I will try and get it on film. Otherwise I'll do kind of like an end of the week or end of the day wrap up, something like that. So we finally got our plans back from the council. We were about 2.5 months late because they made us get some extra bits and pieces, red tape essentially. So we were going to have a nice summer build here, and now the weather's just turned on us and we've only just started drilling, and it's not ideal. So we're going to essentially be having a winter build, which is not ideal in a sloping section like we have. But finally we have a huge kind of wad of paperwork that is involved here, at least, in building a house, and we can get onto it. So I thought I should probably give a little bit of background to the build, and then after that it's just going to be actually the build, and I don't have to keep explaining myself, hopefully. Given that I live in Auckland area, it's crazy expensive. Most people my age can't afford to build or buy a house. So I certainly don't make zillions of dollars in the furniture making industry. So my parents and myself and my wife have bought section together, and we will build a house together, and essentially we're going to kind of build a double-sided house where we have half of the house each. That way we can actually afford to do what we want to do. So that's how it's going to work, and then hopefully every week or so I'll give a quick update about how we're going. So the day after this shot, a cyclone was predicted to hit the day after that. So drilling was stopped, and fairly quickly these piles were set and concreted in. Here in New Zealand, the engineers want the holes drilled, inspected, the piles set and concrete poured in one day. That's to keep the holes dry and free, stop them from caving in. In the end, we just got a lot of rain, which did cause some minor slippage on our site, but mainly has just pushed back the drilling of the rest of the piles for a few days. I forgot to mention another big cost saving for us is that my dad is going to build the house. He is just retired officially, so this will be his last kind of big job. He's been building for about 35 years, and he's got all the necessary licenses and things that you need to have in New Zealand. So the piles are drilled about 3 meters down into pretty good clay. One of the new rules after the Christchurch earthquakes is that we pour the concrete just short of the ground level by about 600 mil or so, and then fill the top with some loose metal. In this case we use scoria, which is a volcanic rock, a bit like pumice. That is meant to just allow the pile to move a little bit and sway in case of an earthquake. So Dad already started laying out how the bearers are going to fit to the piles. This is actually a pretty complicated subfloor, with the joists having to change direction kind of midway through the floor. So the bearer layout is actually going to be pretty tricky. Thanks for watching.